Welcome to YouTube Hero. Today we're talking about how much money you can make on YouTube. Now, there's two different directions you can go. The direction we go is business. And I've got Noelle here because she makes a lot of money on YouTube in her business, and there's a variety of different ways. By the end of this episode, you'll know how you can make money in your business. All right, so Noelle, I know that in the beginning, before we started working together,
Yes.
you were attempting to build a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Was it making any money at that
It
point?
was not making any money. So of course, everyone wants a YouTube channel, I guess, in some regards, you know what I mean? And so I was super happy to have a YouTube channel, but it was making absolutely no money. I didn't have the actual strategy that you've given me with the leaf. I did know a little bit, so I think I was able to get a little bit of success. I had worked the channel for about a year and had got it up to about maybe 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers, which is not terrible. However, when I got with you, we obviously took it to well over 500,000 subscribers, which is a really big difference. But it was basically implementing a strategy. I started the channel, I had no strategy. You gave me a strategy.
So I want to get to where your channel is now, but one more thing in between. Where was your business at that point? Because your business was profitable, right?
Yes, absolutely. So I came to you and I did have a profitable business. I was a real estate investor. I had rental properties. I was flipping houses. I was even doing some very small events where I was teaching people how to flip houses and do things like that. However, when I came to you with the YouTube, it grew the business significantly. It took me from maybe like $1 million a year to well over $4 million a year in just a year's time.
So just 12 months.
Yes, in just 12 months time. So it was a significant amount of growth following the strategy of finding my right audience, and that leaf strategy that you've given. It was life-changing, seriously.
So let's go into some of those details.
Yeah.
What do you think were the main reasons why YouTube helped your business grow so much?
So the reason that YouTube really helped my business grow was because of the call to actions. Basically, I was able to find my audience through two things. So I'll start with the first one. Was actually making content around what my audience might be searching for. So of course you don't know in the beginning exactly, but you have some ideas. Like, they might think, or be asking how to find a house, or how to buy a house with no money, or how to flip a house. And then you take that to the next level when I get with you, and you give me way more titles. So I may come with one title and you can give me 20. And so now I can make 20 videos kind of on the same thing, but on each video having a call to action where now my audience can buy my course, they can watch my webinar, they can come to my event, they can click on different links that I have in the YouTube description box. I can get affiliate income and endorsement videos. There were just so many streams of income that I did not realize from having a channel based around an audience and a topic that they're all interested in.
Okay, so you had some things to sell.
Yeah.
And YouTube became a lead generation for you,
Yes.
like pulling in these people.
Correct.
But then it sounds like when you had that audience and it grew, you figured out there was more things that they wanted, and you created more offers.
Correct. And I could grow. Like I said, I was doing little small events. So let's use that as an example, because the event business actually really was what makes so much money for me in the beginning. I could easily do an event, and if I'm doing an event and I have 15 people there, because that's just from Facebook ads. But then if I go to YouTube and I can fill the event up with 100, 200 people, obviously this is now a $500,000, $1 million event. So just that one thing really increased revenue in the business and created a lane to create more products, more courses, more programs, more classes. Your audience starts to kind of tell you what they're looking for, and you create more products and services around that.
Now, I know the answer, but I know a lot of people ask this question. So how much of your revenue comes from YouTube ads?
Okay, so let's really talk about that. So it's really probably like 20% total. So say, for example, I had that first really big year. I worked releasing 5 episodes a week, every single week for an entire year. I think that first year worth of revenue from YouTube was maybe $500,000. So if I'm telling you that I made about $4 million from the YouTube lead generations and things like that, you need to know that most of the income comes from courses, classes, events, books, affiliate income, so many other areas where you're still using that YouTube audience, but offering them different products and services to really grow an entire business and not relying on just ad revenue, which is great. Don't get me wrong. $500,000. I'm sure most people would not balk at that, but not really relying on that. And so then maybe the next year, if I'm doing less videos, I think it was maybe $290,000 or something like that the next year. Because instead of releasing 5 videos a week, you know, I'm super successful. I'm like, I'm going to go to 3 videos. Still great ad revenue, but about the same amount of income in my business. My income in my business didn't go down because my ad revenue went down. And even my ad revenue is way down right now because I don't release as much content, but my income in the business has not gone down. I actually now definitely make about the same. I have more sponsored content. I have more speaking engagements. I have, you open up other ventures. So you can make a lot of money from YouTube, but not relying on the ad revenue. That's the key.
So you've mentioned a lot of different ways that you make revenue. Let's break each one of those down. Let's start with your free plus shipping book funnel.
Okay.
Like how you get those leads coming in. And I know that that's actually become profitable. So if you could talk about that.
Very profitable. So one of my call to actions is my book, Real Estate Millionaire Secrets, which I give away on the domain, Noelle's free book. So it's free plus shipping. So maybe shipping is $10 and you're not making any money off of that. You're really just breaking even. However, 2 things I'm doing with that. One, I've grabbed your email. So I'm emailing that person and getting them to buy. Maybe if they didn't buy something within the funnel and they just got that book, I still have an opportunity to sell them. Secondly, though, within the book funnels and all the funnels, there's what we call upsells. So, okay, you got my book. Now I want to come to one of my events. Hey, do you want to see me in person? Hey, do you want to go on a strategy session with me and get one-on-one coaching? And so now you can have these products. And when you first start, you may have maybe a high ticket coaching program. Maybe it's $8,000, $10,000. So easily you could make a lot of money even with just a few clients that you pulled from YouTube. So breaking down the numbers, the book funnel, I think the book funnel is well over $1 million. Because I got a 2 Comma Club award from ClickFunnels, and that was kind of like the page that I did it through. But consistently, it's probably a good $250,000 a year just from the book part. And then you figure another $300,000 from the upsells within that funnel. So again, tickets to an event that I'm having or a course that I offer to them. And it could just be $200, $500 course. It could be a ticket to an event. Like I said, that ranges from $97 to $497. It could be audiobooks, exactly. Or it could be a smaller complimentary item like the audiobook. You bought my physical book, you can get the audiobook for another $5 or $10. So again, you can really maximize the amount of profits through those funnels.
So I know that a lot of your revenue, I imagine this, maybe even the majority of your revenue comes through coaching. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's where I would say most of the revenue, even though it may not be the bulk of the amount of people, because remember the coaching is going to be at a minimum $2,000. So, and it ranges maybe from $2,000 to $20,000. So the bulk of the actual revenue does come from the coaching, and you'll be able to pull a lot of coaching clients from the YouTube channel because obviously they're showing an interest in that and they may want to take it to the next level. You'll get most of the people though to buy something smaller ticket, $10, $20, and then you'll get a percentage of them to buy into your coaching, and that could easily be $1 million per year.
So for our viewers who might think about coaching and not really understand what that is or how that works, just to give a little context. If somebody is hiring you because they see, okay, you've got a great track record of investing in real estate.
Right.
So if they hired you for coaching, what do you provide? What does that look like? How do they benefit? Like what time frame?
Yeah, so one of the first things that you could do, you could either just jump right into the coaching or you could create a course. The course actually was first for me, and just selling the course and then adding to it the mentorship, where you could actually take the course and then you get calls with me, maybe 1 call per week, 2 calls per week. And then as the program grew, we went to Zoom calls, and then successful students, they became coaching. So the coaching program has just really grown and grown, but you get to decide. That was one of the amazing things about coaching programs. You can decide to work with 5 people and coach them and help them get their first rental property or their first flip or whatever it is that you're coaching in. Or you could work with lots of people and kind of do it like as a Zoom call, like a mastermind type of coaching program. In the beginning, it was very much more one-on-one, talking directly to me looking at your properties, helping you analyze, things like that. Now I have a team of people, they help me analyze the properties, and we've moved more from a one-on-one coaching to masterminds and things like that.
I appreciate you sharing that. And it's such a great model and something that as I've implemented, what I like a lot compared to maybe what standard professionals charge meaning more traditional, like an attorney or something or an accountant. They charge an hourly rate or they charge for their time.
Right.
And so what we have done is we create a package. It's a coaching package. It's this length of time. This is the result that you're going to expect. This is the process you go through, where we can charge a higher amount. But I feel like we do that mainly because we're delivering higher value. We're delivering an outcome.
Absolutely.
And I love that you do that. I love that. I mean, when you mentioned you've had a lot of students that go through your program, they achieve that outcome.
Right.
They then become coaches and they can help with the strategy sessions and stuff. So it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. And it creates almost this love of teaching. Because remember, I really come from a philosophy of learn, do, teach. So if someone's in my coaching program and then they become a coach, that really took me full circle. You went from not knowing anything to now teaching other people. That's the pinnacle.
Okay, I also know that as your YouTube channel has grown, you've actually formed a lot of affiliate partnerships and relationships. So talk to me about those.
So there's two different. There's affiliate partnerships where you can just put a link in the description box, and once someone clicks on that link, you get a commission for it. And that is an amazing thing for an entrepreneur to do, because you have complimentary services or services that you already use that you want to tell your audience about, even if it's Zoom or this camera that we're using right now. You put it in the description box, someone clicks on that link, that's an affiliate link, I get a commission. That's one thing. And then you also have affiliates that come to you and offer you endorsed or sponsored content. I have people now, that the channel's much bigger. They pay me $5,000 for one video. You know what I mean? That I have to, of course, leave up there for a year, et cetera, et cetera. And it has a call to action to that particular business. And as your channel grows, your affiliate income and your partnership income will grow, because you'll get bigger companies. So in the beginning, maybe you have the small little company and they offer you $500 per video. But then if you have 500,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, now someone's offering you $5,000, $15,000, $20,000 for one YouTube video. And that's a stream of income. And again, not based on ad revenue. Not worried about that.
So just out of curiosity, if you're willing to share with our audience, like what percentage of your income that, everything from your channel would you say is now from affiliates?
It's definitely moved to probably about 20%. So because the ad revenue, for example, has gone down because I post less videos, now I'm doing more sponsored content videos. And so I've actually just kind of shifted almost. So instead of getting those great big checks from YouTube and Google of $50,000 and things like that, well, maybe I just have 2 or 3 endorsed content people that are paying me $8,000, $10,000, $15,000 for a video, and it kind of just evened itself out. So it depends on you. That's why I said this is such a great business, because you get to decide. I mean, I could go back to doing 5 videos a week and then get that ad revenue back and have the affiliate and the endorsed content. So it's really up to you.
So it's interesting a couple things that I noticed that you say there is, one, I know how hard you were working, all the phone calls you were taking or Zoom calls in that first year.
Yeah.
But I know that you've really got an amazing lifestyle now.
Yes.
And so there might be a desire of, I want to do 5 episodes a week, but you're in a pretty good place.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, I love that for me. And thank you for that, because you're going to have to put in some work to get your channel going. But the great thing about it is you do not have to continue grinding at that level. You don't. You really can make a shift and still your money didn't just drop all the way off because you decided not to post 20 videos a month.
Well, think about it from the perspective of an entertainment YouTube channel. Well, that's their only revenue stream is the ad revenue. They don't have that flexibility.
Right. And that's why I love your strategy.
Well, because a lot of people could look at your channel and say, oh, look at Noelle's channel. She's got this many subscribers. I bet she's making this amount.
Right.
Thinking that it's all coming from ad revenue, where that has drastically decreased from that first year.
Absolutely.
But your overall revenue has increased.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, I want to ask a question in a different way to really let people know what's possible on YouTube.
Okay.
So if you posted a brand new video today and it brought in search traffic, people who've never heard of you before, which is typical of the Leaf strategy, right? Let's say that video gets 100 views. That seems like such a small amount.
Yeah.
What would you predict? Like what's kind of an average of how much revenue that channel or that video would bring in?
Easily, depending on what you're selling, and especially if you started a YouTube channel and you have coaching, of course, you're going to have a higher ticket price point because you don't have 50 million clients. You really can dedicate a lot of time to those clients that you get. So you have a video with just 100 views. If you got one client at $10,000, it's well worth it. And it is good investment of your time too, to do that, because again, that was one sale this month. That video's still out there year after year, month after month. So even if you got one client from that video every single month and the video doesn't have a lot of views, but you're still getting clients from it. Again.
So I love that. And I really want to emphasize how realistic that is.
Yes.
You can have a video that gets 100 views. From those 100 views, if you offer a compelling free gift,
Right.
10 leads are going to come from that.
Correct.
10 leads turns into, say, 3 conversations.
That's right.
And one of them is a fit to buy a $10,000 coaching program.
Right.
And then that video keeps working for you, keeps working for you. So you put out another video and another video.
Yeah.
So that's why on channels that compared to like Mr. Beast, we're getting teeny amounts of views. We're generating a lot of revenue. We're influencing a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, it's a much better strategy than the Mr. Beast entertainment type of strategy for a true entrepreneur that has a product or a service.
So we're talking about all this revenue and pulling in the right audience.
Yeah.
All this stems from the LEAF strategy, right?
It does. It absolutely does. And that's why I'm so happy that you wrote a book. You know, when I first started with you over 4 years ago, you did not have a book. I had to listen to you say all of the secrets that's right here in this book. No, Nate Woodbury's book, Influence on YouTube. You can get this book absolutely free. You just cover the shipping at natesyoutubebook.com. Again, I wish I had this book 4 years ago, and you can get it absolutely free. You just cover the shipping. It has templates. It has kind of scripts. It goes through all data. It's in full color. This book is amazing, and it can really take your channel to the next level. I wish I had it 4 years ago.
Well, and I couldn't have made it 4 years ago because you're in the book too. I took people behind the scenes to show how we did what we did on the Noelle Randall channel and on many other channels. So that's my gift to you.